eXp Realty happened. We were at one of the seminars, and a very good friend Naresh Arora, who has joined eXp Realty lately. So I've seen how they function. They're absolutely mind blowing.
Hey there, future real estate legends. This is Jason P. Jordan, your go-to global real estate coach and the president and CEO of the Legends International team, brokered by eXp Realty. I just wanted to thank you for being here and welcome you to another episode of the Lit Real Estate Show, where we interview our equity partners at eXp Realty in the USA and from all around the globe. Now I just ask you to please subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button and hitting that bell icon so you never miss another Lit show or any other future videos that I have and launch here on this channel. It also helps the show grow so we can get even more successful eXp Realty agents on to help you. Now, at the same time, if you're a subscriber, you'll get access to new shows before anyone in the world does. If you would, subscribe right now. Thanks so much. All right, well, let me introduce our guest speaker today, Mr. Kishen Milaney from Pune, Maharashtra, India. He's one of the most successful and well-known realtors, real estate consultants in Pune, India. He has a rich experience of over 3 decades in transaction advisory in real estate, covering residential, commercial, land, pre-lease, you name it. He's sold it, he's done it. He's one of the founders of NAR India and has served as its secretary, vice president, chairman of the advisory board. And Mr. Milaney is also a great leader, influencer, and motivational speaker. He's happily married to Deepa, a homemaker, blessed with 2 lovely children, daughter Preeti, who's settled in Bangalore, and son Mohi, who's pursuing music production. He studied in Pune, Maharashtra, India, and in 1980 joined the family business of manufacturing chemicals and PCNC at an early age. In 1985, he diversified into the telecom business. And in 1992, he started his own real estate consulting and advisory firm, KP Shelters. And he's worked with various trade organizations in the industry since 1990. And in 2023, he partners with eXp Realty. And as part of the National Association of Realtors in India, he's one of the 7 original founders. 2007, he was the founder secretary, and he held that position for 3 years. One term he served as the vice president. He's been vice chairman of the advisory board and now currently the chairman of the advisory board. And in 2017 was also founder chairman of PROP, the Professional Realtors of Pune. Mr. Kishen Milaney Ji, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. That was an awesome introduction. Really loved that.
Well, it makes it really easy when we have such a great bio and such a great professional who has just shown the results through their actions. So thank you for taking your time to be here today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
So, we heard a little bit through the intro of how you kind of the date and the time period that you got into real estate. But take us through, what made you decide to move out of that family business? You went into telecom, and what made you move into the real estate industry in the early 90s?
So, like I said, that I was with my father in our family business. We were manufacturing, pretty happy. And then we diversified into the sunrise industry. Telecom industry was just taking off around 85, 86. Not many people even knew about that, this particular thing then. So we were pretty okay. But then we decided we are a joint family, 3 brothers and dad. He passed away a couple of years back.
Oh.
So we decided that, all of us in a particular business doesn't make sense. So let us branch out and look at something else. So what better than real estate? So that's how slowly we transitioned. And in 1992, full-fledgedly we diversified. So dad and me got into this business and we did pretty well and the going was good. We had connects, been a socialite for a long time. Kind of connections were good. I was part of the Rotary Club, part of the Round Table India. And that made my transition a little easy, I guess. And that corporate background did help.
Okay. And so how many transactions have you guys done since you got started in 1992?
Jason, these are not quantified, but they would run into thousands because the valuations were very less in India. When the business started, and the valuations were very small.
Right.
And we did like we would pick up. So when I started, we started with a difference. I did not do much of retailing like single transactions. So what we would do, we would go to the developer. We would tell him that look, you making 200 apartments, you give us 100 apartments. You don't interfere there. I'll sell it for you in a prescribed time period, and then we did that for him. So, but then the sales, there was no IT, there was no lead generation format, nothing. These are all physical sales. We would kind of connect with the customers, relationship, exploit the relationships. You know, so that's how we and the developers would be zapped. So we would make them do some changes in the project, kind of add a few good names so that lend credibility to the project and a little bit of better design. So when I'm selling it to my client, I know that this project would appreciate. The idea was more of a financial product. It was more for investment than staying. So that is how it all started.
Yeah, and the appreciation today in India is incredible.
Phenomenal.
Right? I mean, there's probably only a couple countries in the world that are showing double-digit equity gains.
Absolutely.
I say from shovel to key, right? That is from pre-construction to completion, right? And my partners in Brazil remind me all the time that we're seeing in Sao Paulo and Rio 20 to 30%. Are we seeing something similar in India as well?
Yes, India is there and the volumes are increasing by the day. So it's not only appreciation, the quantum also has increased. What would be made earlier, it has got multifolds now, which means there is consumption. And there is a lot of need for housing in India as yet, which is not fulfilled, though there's a big void which is getting completed. I mean, it will take time. So there's enough for everyone in this industry.
Absolutely. I've heard a stat that India has a deficit of 1.5 billion units over the next several decades, right?
Yeah.
And I think that is a signal to whatever happens to the global economy that India is going to continue to build, right? That it's
we did see, Jason, if you remember, 2008, Lehman Brothers happened, and they said if US sneezes, the whole world catches cold.
Yep, so, I remember that. Yep.
I incurred some loss. We have into land also. So we are aggregators of land. I had aggregated some land for to make an industrial park very close to Pune. And my partners were from Bombay, Mumbai. So they got little jittery. They said, man, Lehman Brothers has happened. US is collapsing. The world is going to collapse. Who's going to come and buy the industries here or the land for the industries here? I mean, over a period of time, even I started believing what they said. But that kind of a thing never happened. India was not troubled at all. But unfortunately, I had to knock off the land, flip it at a very cheaper price then because of that scare.
So, I'm thinking about the other few guests that we've had on here who are leaders of NAR India and are from Pune as well. So you guys must have quite a nice little mastermind of great real estate leaders there in Pune. What is it that's got so much great leadership going on there in Pune?
So Pune has always been on the forefront of organized reality, whether it is services like the brokers or agents, or it is the developers, the makers of the houses. Both these segments are absolutely organized, and I've been part of an association which was formed way back in 86, when 1986, that is, when this was not heard of. So we were one of the first associations in India. So we were the most richest in India because all the key members were key brokers are part of that association, organized reality. So probably Pune has that trend. Whatever happens, we are absolutely good to catch up with that.
Yeah, Maharashtra was one of the first states to start push licensing as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So from NAR India, when we formed NAR, so NAR India is affiliated to National Association of Realtors, US. Right. And when we got this to India, we were batting with the government since 2006, 2007 when RERA was being written. So we wanted them to listen to us and also put our side there in the document, but they refused because brokers are not respected then. And the very idea of forming the national body was to have more and more respect for brokers, because brokers have a lot of money but no respect. So we wanted to get that credibility, the respect to the broker fraternity in India. And slowly, it's been about 15 years now, transition. We are not there, but at least we are halfway maybe.
Well, I subscribe to your newsletter, and I find it very, very valuable as far as learning insights and the data that you provide and put out into the market. Because as most people maybe do not know who are watching the recording or will see this later, is that the data is not transparent in India like it is in the US or Canada, and there's no MLS system for, realtors to look at the data. So for you all at NAR India to lead the way and put out some of that data is very, very helpful to people like myself who coach other realtors and run an international team and want to drive NRI investment there in India.
Sure. Thank you. Sure. Yeah.
So tell me, so you've worked with your colleagues there. You guys are pushing the licensing. You've got now the government is coming on board with that, right? So what was it about eXp Realty that made you go, man, I got to be part of this too?
So eXp Realty happened. We were at one of the seminars, and a very good friend Naresh Arora, who has joined eXp Realty lately, he introduced us to this, and Shashank was, he is a very impressive person who makes his arrival known. Prashant comes with a bang. So I heard him, I listened to him, and somewhere it clicked that this could be something which we could join hands with. And just to let you know that there is a small tinge of network marketing in this, and I've been a part of Amway. From the time it started in India, in the year 88, 89, I was part of Amway also. So I've seen how they function. They're absolutely mind-blowing. So I thought that maybe, these guys have been doing it for a long time. It's not a fly-by-night company. And after meeting Shashank, Naresh, and seeing rock-solid trust of these people with eXp, we thought that, we could definitely be part of this and do something better.
Yeah, and I mean, the great thing is that we can help spread the message and bring the organization to India, of the transparent ways that we do business globally, the technology that we provide, the training platforms that we have. And I got to tell you, Mr. Milaney, that just a few weeks ago, we had a huge mastermind in Las Vegas at the eXp Realty convention of very, very successful realtors from India. Those that are from India, like Shashank Chauhan, Shashank Fashista, Coach BSR was there. And then from the US side, we had many of our NRI real estate leaders that are leaders in commercial, residential, running big teams. And so it was really exciting to see all that come together. And now I'm realizing, okay, NAR India is coming behind eXp Realty. A lot of the leaders, we've got the mastermind, we got the NRI. It seems like everything's coming together at the right time. And I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So what do you think now that you've been part of eXp Realty for a short period of time and you're looking at the landscape of real estate in India, what do you think is possible for eXp Realty in India?
I think India is a little different market compared to the developed countries, and I'm sure you would have an hands-on information on all this. But just to reiterate, India, the education level was very low in real estate, which has now started opening up. So we need companies like eXp to spread this education, train up realtors. So that's need of the hour. And we've got to have more and more projects with mandates, So our people get a chance to sell the best. And then, of course, rewards are up for grabs. Anybody can enjoy the fruits. But we've got to spread out. There's a lot of legwork which needs to be done before all this comes to fruition.
Absolutely. I know that that is true. You know, and Jeff Bezos says that, who is the founder of Amazon, that the 21st century will be the Indian century, and that they're investing tens of billions of dollars to bring made in India goods to the rest of the world. And I interviewed Glenn Sanford a few weeks ago, and I asked him, as another billionaire, what he thought of the future of eXp Realty and real estate in India was. So I'm not going to spill that here. I'm going to release the recording, and so everybody will get a chance to hear that. But Joe Dodani and I interviewed him in Las Vegas, and it was great. He is, of course, very bullish on what we will do in India. Our chief technology officer is Indian. He's also moved a lot of our technology operations to India. So we're making huge investments, continuing to make huge investments there. The other thing is not only that, but you know, Mr. Milaney, so a lot of Indian realtors that I've talked to and brokers, you know, one of the things that they say to me, and I know I didn't tell you that we were going to ask this question, but I'm interested to hear your response. A lot of them will say to me, well, I don't want to share 25% with eXp. So what would you say in response to that?
It is there kind of, you know, people feel that with great efforts, I'm gaining this kind of an amount. Why should I share it? But over a period of time, once they understand the importance of this, that by sharing this, if their volumes are increasing and selling is going to be a little easier to them, then probably they'll give off. It's an initial apprehension that a person would have, but as they start, established players, this problem would be there. But people who are just beginning, for them, they have nothing to lose, because anyways, they're going to only gain from eXp. They won't lose anything. But people who are already established in the industry, they say they already have a set benchmark for themselves. They already have a funnel which is giving them inflow of amounts, rupees or dollars. So why should they share something with eXp? In any ways, they're making that kind of money. So there we might have this challenge, but not with the newcomers. So we must have more of newcomers coming in. So, you know, you educate them, train them, give them a lot of knowledge, and then induce them into the system. That's the best thing to do.
You know, and I would say that those who are making that objection, right, or that concern, is that they simply don't understand our model yet. Right? If you're somebody like yourself who's doing a sizable amount of transactions every year, right? You're going to hit your cap, right? And because there's a set amount that you do that you have to share, a maximum amount each year, right? And then if you are really productive, you can become icon like Shashank Chauhan, right? And you receive almost all of that back in the form of our NASDAQ traded stock, right? So. True. And like Marty likes to talk about all the time, you actually can make more than 100%, right? Yeah, so that's the exciting part about that. So if you were to give one piece of advice or want to say a last word for this segment here of anybody who's looking at our talk today or sometime in the future, what advice would you give them if they're thinking about maybe joining eXp Realty?
I'll tell them, this is the platform which wasn't there when I joined my business. Had eXp been there, probably I would be setting up my business in different countries by this time. You know, we have slogged 31, 32 years without any technology, without any knowledge. Sir, we had no one to go to even find out any details about the properties or how the transactions are done. So it's all groundwork. You learn, you fail, you again rise, and you start working. So if eXp was there then, probably there's no question of failure. So my efforts won't go waste. So eXp is there to guide you on every level. You've got your peers who you can talk to. So this is the best platform to join as far as real estate entrants are concerned. They could do a fabulous business they can take on from here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for Mr. Milaney for that. And looking forward to your next segment where we're going to talk about licensing in real estate in India too. I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope you found value in today's legendary interview with our special guest. If you'd like to see more interviews just like this one, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And if you'd like to learn more about today's guest, I placed all their contact information in the description below. Who knows, maybe they are the mentor you've been looking for. And if you're looking to make a change who you are partnered with in real estate, feel free to book a no-pressure private Zoom call with me. During this private call, I'll share with you how we help real estate agents leverage their language skills and cultural connections to close more transactions both locally and internationally using cutting-edge lead generation technology and marketing techniques. If you want to find yourself in a different situation in 90 days or in a year from now, it's important to find the right partners that can mentor you, have the right strategies, and are willing to give you the roadmap without asking for an additional cut of your commission. With the unique eXp Realty model, it's a collaboration, not competition mentality. The numbers don't lie either. So if you're curious, reach out and set up an appointment. I look forward to meeting you. Feel free to check out the other videos I have here on the channel about eXp Realty too, in case you're just curious. Otherwise, drop your questions or suggestions for upcoming guests in the comments below. Once again, I'm Jason P. Jordan, your go-to global real estate coach with the Legends International team, brokered by eXp Realty. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.